London, 1813. Lady Elodie Lockwood stared at her reflection, wondering how many ostriches had been harmed in the making of her headpiece. She counted 7 large white feathers that extended from the diamond-encrusted bandeau atop her head. The feathers swayed slightly, mocking her with every tiny movement she made. It was absurd, outlandish, and, worst of all, balanced precariously on her head as if daring her to make a wrong move. She turned her attention towards her court dress. It was white satin, opulent and stiff, with an exaggerated hooped skirt that made her look like a walking bell. The long, narrow train behind her was impractical, and yet somehow it seemed the least ridiculous element of her entire costume. The dress is too much, the headpiece is too much. But she had no say in the matter. Court dress was rigid and dictated by the Queen, and today was her presentation to court. She was supposed to make a good first impression, so her mother repeatedly reminded her. But no matter how hard she tried, there was a gnawing fear in the pit of her stomach that she would fall short. Her lady's maid, Molly, was busy tidying her bedchamber when a knock came at the door. It was opened, revealing her mother, Lady Dallington, her eyes wide with approval as she took in Elodie's appearance. "Elodie, darling," her mother breathed, eyes sparkling with pride. "You look magnificent." Elodie pressed her palms against the rigid fabric of her hooped skirt. "I look awful in this dress." "Nonsense," her mother replied, stepping forward. "It is perfect. I am sure you will make quite the impression on the Queen today." There was no point in arguing. Any attempt to resist would be met with the same determined resolve. Do what is expected, smile, and do not trip over the train. That was what had been going through her head all morning. She hoped she would not find a way to mess it all up. With resignation, Elodie turned towards her dressing table, spotting a piece of buttered bread on a silver tray. She reached for it, only for her mother's sharp voice to cut through the air. "No bread for you!" her mother exclaimed. Elodie froze, fingers brushing the golden crust. "Why ever not?" Her mother hurried over to her and picked up the bread. "I will not risk butter stains on that gown after all the effort we have put into your appearance." Elodie frowned. "I am not a child any more, Mother. I am 18 years old." "That may be true," her mother replied, inspecting the bread as if it were a dangerous object. "But too much is riding on today to be careless.